Good morning, everyone. So, in last class, we have completed one chapter. Today, we are going to start another chapter that is known as life process. It is one of the most important topics of biology that we are going to start today. We will read these topics in higher classes also, and it is very much important in physiology also. Yeah, human physiology, in NEET that is coming up. The topic is there in physiology, which is very important in the aspects of NEET. So if we see what are the life processes, these are basic but important process in living things which keep them alive. Which keep them alive. So these are the basic but important. For example, we need shirt, pant. These are the basic things of our life. We need water for living. We need oxygen for living. These are the basic things which we need. Same here. These are the basic but important process that happens in our life, without which we cannot be alive, right? So if we see what are these processes, what are the different processes that goes in your life, which are important in your life. First is nutrition. What is nutrition, sir? If we see what is nutrition, we are eating food daily, right? But why are we eating food? To be alive, right? And after eating food, we are digesting it in our stomach, right? And ultimately, this is transferred to the different parts of our body, right? So that they can utilize it. They can utilize it. This is the most important word here. Not only eating of food is nutrition. Eating of food along with utilization of it, that means using of that food is nutrition. So if you see what is nutrition is, it is the intake plus utilization of food, right? It is the intake and utilization as well as. Sometimes we can see that we have a very wrong belief that in nutrition means we have some nutritionist also, na? That we are doing diet, we are doing this and we are doing that. It is not only depending upon what we are eating, how we are utilizing that, right? That time we can see that some mentors also say, a gym guide also sometimes say that what we are eating, that is also important, and how we are habitual in our daily life. That how we are doing exercise properly, we are walking properly, we are doing regular walking, regular exercise, regular jogging. That is also important. That means how our body is utilizing that food. That total is nutrition. That total thing is nutrition. Second thing will be our respiration. Second thing will be respiration. Now, what is respiration? Respiration is that particular process by which, first of all, we breathe in, breathe out. This is one type of respiration. Another respiration that is involved is that we are in our cells. What food we are taking, we are taking utilization of that in our cells when they are sent. For example, from the factories, one food is produced and that food is sent to our homes. We are cooking it now. Same thing when we are eating food, that food is sent to each and every cell who require it, who need it. So that food when sent to the cells, it is broken down to release energy. For example, in old times we have seen that we cook in the stoves by burning kerosene. Now we are burning the LPGs. So something is used there as a fuel to produce some heat. Heat is also a form of energy. Right? And heat energy is there, light energy is there, different forms of energies are there. So, it is breaking of food simple form to release energy. To release what? Energy. This is the basic form or definition of respiration. That when we are breaking the food that we are eating, it is going into a cell, into different forms of energy or into energy packets. It is known as respiration. So nutrition is clear, we are taking in our food. Respiration is clear that we are utilizing the food in the cell to release energy. Ultimately, if you are not getting energy, what will happen? You will not able to work. So by nutrition, first step is nutrition you are doing, then you are doing respiration, that is the breaking down of food. Next step you will see what you are doing. Next step you are doing is transportation. Next step we will be doing is transportation. Now what is transportation? Transportation is that important process without which respiration will not happen. Sir, why you are saying like this? Now let's suppose the car or that person who is delivering the gas to our homes, if that delivery car is not there, if our father does not have motorcycle or whatever it is, then we cannot transport, we cannot deliver the cylinder to our homes, we cannot cook, the food will not be prepared. Same thing here, if the food that we are utilizing or the important things that are produced in our body or that are present in a particular place of body needs to be transported to different parts. It will be transported to different parts. For example, if this is the head, okay, this is the head, this is the, here is the stomach present, right, almost. In the stomach, the food we are eating comes here, right. In the stomach, when the food is being digested, after that, when this food needs to be transported to every part of the body, because every part of the body needs energy, right. So that process through which this transportation happens is known as transportation, or this transfer of molecules to different parts of the body happens is known as transportation. So it is simply transfer of materials to different parts of body. Different parts of the body. This is the transportation means. This is the transfer of materials. It may be oxygen, it may be food particles, it may be some other things. But main purpose is to transfer that particle from any part of the body to other part of the body where it is required. Right? This transportation. Last part is there, which is known as excretion. Now excretion is that process without which humans will ultimately die or they cannot survive. Why I am saying this? The excretion is very less important, but it is very important. Why I am saying this? I am saying this because whenever in our home we are cooking vegetables, cooking food, cooking different things, after that, if that packets, if that unused things what are in the home are not thrown out properly, then what will happen? It will cause bacteria to grow there, it will cause infections, it will cause foul smell there. So that will be not possible for us to live in that room now. Right? Same thing happens with our body. There are several things which can harm our body. There are several things which are not necessary in our body, like extra salt is there in our body, we don't need that much of salt. Extra sometimes sugar is there, we don't need that much of sugar. Sometimes extra some other materials like ammonia, like urea, these things are there in our body. That is not at all necessary and sometimes harmful to our body also. Right? So, if these things are not removed, they will cause damage to our body. That's why I said that excretion is also a very important part or very important natural life process for our body. So it is the removal of unwanted, harmful substances. It is the removal of unwanted, harmful substances from our body. Here, these are the four main processes that are going in everyone's life. Everyone is eating food. Some may be less, some may be more, right? Respiration is happening, that means energy is being produced. Transportation is also happening. Excretion is also happening. Now, let's see what are the different types of nutrition. If you see, the main two types of nutrition are autotrophic nutrition and second is heterotrophic nutrition. Now, what is autotrophic? Why are they named so? Why is heterotrophic? Why are they named so? Here the auto term means cell. Means automatically, or you can say also automatically. Automatically, right? So the type of nutrition which can be done by himself or herself or whatever it is, that means which can be done by that organism only, and it does not require any other people's help. It is known as autotrophic nutrition. Who are they? Better we know that in this whole world, the green organisms can make their own food, which are mainly green plants, algae, etc. Green plants, green algae, you can see that they can make their own food. They are very self-dependent. Okay, they don't need a help of others. They have roots. They will extract the things from the soil. They will take something from the soil. What are these things? These things are known as inorganic materials. They are known as inorganic materials, right? So these inorganic materials are used by these autotrophic organisms to make their food. But these are very dependent people. They are not self-sufficient. They need help. That means they cannot make food. By own. They cannot make food by their own. For example, can you make food? You can cook food. There is a difference. Cooking of food and making of food is different, right? Like, can we prepare by our hand any glucose? No, we cannot make that, right? Can you make proteins? We cannot make that. So that is called making of food, okay? And what we are doing is already some foods are made. We are mixing them up and we are preparing some item. That is cooking. That is different. Okay. These are also of three types. First are Holozoic. Second is saprotrophic, and third is parasitic. These three things are there. Holozoic, we know that they cannot make food, so they will be dependent. Now, holozoic are the organisms who take up the food or intake food. As a whole, intake food as whole. And one more important thing is there, that it digests the food inside. It inside the body, it can digest the food. That means they are normally taking whole of the food. It is taking whole of the food. It is not taking fragments. It is taking whole of the food and then digesting it. That means we are taking in the food, in the stomach the food is going, the food is being digested there. Right? That is the holozoic nutrition. Holozoic heterotrophic, right? Saprophytic are there. Who digest dead matters, they will first release something, some chemicals are there, they release that chemicals into the food from their body. Then digestion will happen. They will break the food into smaller substance, simple thing. Then they will absorb it directly. Okay? Who are these saprotrophic? Mainly the decomposers, right? They grow on dead decaying matter, so it is easy to digest them and then intake it directly. Okay? Parasitic are those who live on other people. For example, we have seen that some insects are there who live on our hair, right? Some pests are there who live on the plants. Some microorganisms are there who cause damage to our body and live inside us. So these are the parasites. Simple thing, they live on us. They live on others. So we have concluded a summarized form of what is nutrition. That what the form is first is saprotrophic nutrition, where the organisms can make their own food, right? Like the green plants and the green algae. There is heterotrophic who cannot make their own food and are dependent on other people, other organisms especially. Okay, this is the first category of which is holozoic. That means holo means we are engulfing or intaking the food as a whole, right? Second thing is saprotrophic, who digest the food outside and then intake it. The third is parasitic, who is totally living on other organisms. Here is, so today we will end the topic with that, and on tomorrow we will start that autotrophic nutrition, that is in plants, is known as, the process by which we make food is known as photosynthesis. We will start this topic tomorrow. Thank you so much, class. Have a great day.